You're watching Key Learnings from Quality Live 2024. From delegates who attended the event, can you describe a particular session or speaker that stood out to you and explain why it was impactful?
I really enjoyed the session on culture by Dr. Ruth. It was really insightful. And I also enjoyed the panel that followed. Her way of breaking down the cultural aspects of quality and how to simplify it in an organization was very insightful.
One of the sessions would be the culture. Thought it was very well presented, and something I could relate to. Working globally, you see different cultures in organisations, you see different cultures, obviously, with geography. Sometimes what you expect as a culture is something that is a change, it could be a challenge within the quality profession.
The biggest impression for me is that there are so many like-minded professionals in one place, which is very rare for me to encounter when it comes to looking at the risk and quality of service provision. Dr. Ruth, I can't remember her surname, but it was Dr. Ruth. She was focusing on implementing positive work culture, and I think we tend to forget that when we're trying to produce and have outcomes, results, and rather than focusing on the results, we're focusing on the way we're getting to those results.
One of the sessions today that's particularly stood out for me was the culture, leadership, and continuous improvement with David Anderson. It gave me a different perspective on the continuous improvement, not necessarily the quality tools, but the experience of others and how you can gain knowledge and convert that information to your own use.
What key insights or learnings have you gained from attending Quality Live that you can apply to your profession?
It's always nice to meet people face to face. We have plans establishing a CQI branch in our country, so I had a chance to talk to relevant people and discuss the opportunities. We already do CQI Quality Weeks the last 2 years, and we're looking forward to do another one in this November. So we have about 500 people network in our part of the world, and actually doing a lot of background works, and we are representing sort of raising the awareness CQI and promoting the quality as a profession.
I think understanding and embracing that it's okay to be that accidental quality manager, and whatever your background is. For instance, I'm a mechanical engineer working as a quality manager now. It doesn't matter because those skills are transferable, and it's about making a difference and doing the best you can and putting your best foot forward.
The learning for me was understanding the different aspects of engaging in culture, where we sometimes look and assume without understanding true culture and how it impacts individuals, how it impacts the organisation. So from that, I've taken away some screenshots and some notes, which I'll be relaying back to my own organisation and my own team.
Can you share an example of a challenge discussed at Quality Live that you also face in your profession, and how you plan to address it?
I think it's been the question that I've been raising all throughout. One of the biggest issues, the challenge that I find, is trying to find quality standardization in a very human oriented sector, because I work in the disability sector. We're working with people, we have to depend on people, and we can never predict the outcome because no one person is the same, and this is the same when we've got the employees. So it's trying to get the resources to implement the service, but we have to try and figure out how to add the value to the people who are investing in the money, which is, we have a non-profit organization. It's an agency which is a public service, so we have to rely on government funding. If we can't articulate why it's important to do something, we can't sell it to the people who need to invest in it. And you need to have strong leadership across the board. And I think that's something that I need to get on board, is to articulate why we need to have good quality in a company where, yes, we might not have outcomes like a product or certain standards which would guide us, but we can focus on the actual employees' performance, ensuring their well-being is strong and have them feeling accountable, responsible for and proud of what they're doing. And I think that would be the best results that we could focus on.
I think around that culture piece, working for such a diverse organization that is obviously willing to support as they can, sometimes getting them to understand what quality is can be quite difficult, and just getting that insight that perhaps making it as simple as possible may get you further than you expect. So rather than making it complicated, I think was a real takeaway.
A challenge today, if I can relate to the session I was in as well, I think a challenge was looking at how we embrace and engage other professions to become quality professionals. It was quite a topical conversation about how we could speak to an engineering professional who's come up through engineering degree and an engineer. How could we discuss and convince, yes, the path to go is on the quality profession, and demonstrate that career development? You're already an engineer, you're already doing assurance, so how can we bring you into senior quality roles within our organisation? I took a lot of comments away from that, a lot of feedback, which I'll be discussing with different departments when I return.
How do you plan to implement the strategies or ideas you learned at Quality Live within your own organisation?
Quality professional map, definitely the professional map. I already use it within my own function. And the idea given from that session we had was seeing that other disciplines can use this. I think it is structured that will support other disciplines and then show this can be a career path for the organisation and moving into quality profession. So I think that would be good.
I think one of the primary things that I'm working on at the moment is making sure that I understand what our primary stakeholders are expecting from us, and ensuring that what we're doing operationally is actually what they're expecting from us. And this includes, if it's something that they want rather than what we think they want, and speaking to our actual workforce to understand what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it, and present them with what's being expected from us and see how they would implement it if they could, because we are all, as was stated also in another session, that we are all experts in our own right, so we should be able to work collectively rather than from a top down, you do as I tell you to do, then how we have this goal, how we're going to achieve it together. And I think that's just the communication aspect is essential in this.
You've been watching Key Learnings from Quality Live 2024 from delegates who attended the event. Explore more content on the Quality Learning Hub.